Hello patrons. Going to do a little video here for you this morning. I could use your help, and maybe you can throw some insight my way and it would be much appreciated. You remember these? If you followed me long enough, you've probably seen a video on them. What they are is mason jar nipple feeders, and they are just that. It's a mason jar with a nipple feeder on the top. You see that? And what that is right in the center of the mason jar lid. Let me get up here a little closer so you can see. I've taken and drilled a hole, and I've taken a piece of brake line and stuck through the hole, and then I soldered it in place. Okay, and on the back we've got very, very little sticking out. And the purpose of having very little on the back is, as the jar drains down, you want all of the syrup to be able to exit. If you have a ½ inch sticking up on the back, then of course you're going to have a ½ inch of syrup left in your jar. So there's a little issue with these, and I quit using them because of this problem. There's actually two problems, but one I can control, the other one is out of my hands. These mason jar lids, if you're familiar with them, they're metal. And what happens to metal when it gets wet? It rusts. You look here on the inside of the lid, you can see all of that rust. And what that does is it keeps the jar from sealing. And when a jar doesn't seal, I'll tell you what happens. The jar continuously drips. I don't like it. So I'm looking to upgrade these, all of them. And I've got a bunch here. I've got your regular mason jars. And I've got wide mouth mason jars. And if you look at them, there's quite a difference in the lid size. So I've actually got another tote that I need to dig out of these, but I dug these out just a few minutes ago so I could give you an example of what I'm dealing with here. The problem is the rust. The other problem that I can control is that this goes into a hole on the top of the colony. That way I don't have to open the colony to fill up their feeder. The problem with that is all of this out here is exposed to sun. And I've noticed that if the bees have a nice flow and they're not taking the feed down like I would like them to, maybe it's to draw out foundation or whatever it may be, and it starts to mold in this jar. So I found if I save my my big coffee containers and stick over top of them, that helps that problem. There is no more mold. I've also found last year that by using a product called, man, it ain't coming to me right now, I think it's called Pro Health, it'll keep your syrup from molding. So I've yet to use that with these jars, but I hope to try it out this year. But anyway, here's what I've done. I went on Amazon and I ordered a bunch of these plastic lids. Yep, plastic lids. Plastic doesn't rust. And they came with little rubber seals that go inside the lid to keep them from leaking, which is a huge plus, of course. And they just snap down in here. This is what I want to use for my mason jars. The problem is you can't solder the plastic. So I've been searching on eBay trying to find different options for nipple feeders. And let me tell you, all the things that come up aren't necessarily appropriate. But anyway, I found these ones on eBay. They look like they're plastic or rubber. They're yellow. The back of them, which would be back here, is pretty much flat, which is excellent. That means I'll be able to drain all of my syrup. The only thing I'm not real confident in is in their description, they say that you have to run a piece of twine down through the nipple and tie a knot on both sides to slow down the dripping. I've actually sent them an email, and I was hoping that they would explain, you know, they have bees, they don't drip very much, but they didn't. They referred to the dripping as minimal, and that's scary to me. I'm not sure that they keep bees at all. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. So what I'm coming to you today with is some kind of nipple to go here in the center. I'd like the inside diameter to be small, at least an 1/8 inch or smaller. Any bigger than that, then you're just asking for troubles. So any kind of stem that I can put in here either glue, silicone, whatever, and make these work once again. If you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments. It'd be much appreciated. Gosh, that sun's bright. So that's what I'm up against, folks. I'd really like to get these back in circulation, but the metal lids aren't working for me. So if you have any suggestions, leave them down below. It'd be much appreciated. Thanks again, and I also want to thank you for being patient. I know I haven't been releasing very many private videos. I'm trying to get back in the swing of that. Got me a GoPro now, and that's making recording the videos a lot easier than my phone. Seen with my phone, I was always having to delete pictures and videos to make room. So now I've got a dedicated place just for videos, and it should make this a lot easier. So hang on tight. I appreciate your effort and your support, and we'll see if we can get some more of these private videos released for you. But anyway, in the meantime, be looking for suggestions. Thanks, folks.